Happy Friday. Gotta take myself off a mute. I had the mute button on. If I don't have the mute button on, y'all get to hear all my clicking and all that kind of stuff. Good evening, good evening. Welcome to A Stitch in Crime. My name is Jill. This is FiberFloozieCrafts, and we are in the she shed behind my desk. Seems like forever since we've seen each other, and it was just the other day. How did the days get so full? Wow. Good evening, Joan. Hello, my friend. I hope you are well. I hope you're doing good today. I know you're an organizer. I hope your life is organized and happy. Let me check and make sure. Are you all hearing me okay? Are you all hearing me and seeing me okay? Please let me know. I'm going to make my way down. I'll wait for the okay and I'll go right back up to say hello to everybody. Today is a good day, she says. Oh, I'm so glad to hear that. So glad to hear that. Yes. Okay, good deal. I'm going to run back up here. Because Leanie is here, and I wanted to see if she was here or if she is in the chat today, working on her Stitch in Crime blanket, but not watching the chat. She's working, y'all. She's working. Annie's working on her blanket. Y'all are liking this scrap blanket. I am so glad. I'm so glad. Oh, Mandy Moo crochets too. Hey, good to see all you. And yes, all of our floozies are here. Pam is here. Good evening. Good evening. Hi, there's Connie on her DIY channel. Awesome. Annie says she's doing good. Adele is here. Yay. We had a beautiful day today, didn't we, Adele? So pretty here today. Absolutely gorgeous after all of our wind. Girl, I bet you were trying to hang on to all your pots out on your patio. There's Montabelle. There's Bridget. Do I need to go to my mailbox? I did not go today. And I know that I have people that I owe some things. They will go out next week. I absolutely promise. Next week, y'all. Oh, there's Cindy. You made it. Yay. I'm so glad you had an evening where you could come and be here. There's Bree. She's here too. Oh, everybody is here. Jolene, Jolene, Jolene. I hope I'm not still muted. There's Shannon. Hi, Shannon. There's Granny. Cast iron skillet Granny. Who else is here? Go. I'm coming. I'm coming down the line. Working my way back to you, babe. Kathy R. and Tina C. and Gracie. Oh, got a full house tonight. We have 24. Please don't forget to hit that thumb for me, please. I would really appreciate it. I remember the days when I used to get 100 of those. Not so much anymore. But you know, it's okay. It's okay. Everybody's saying hi to everybody else. Good deal, good deal. Mary Webb made it. Yay. Yes, a pretty day, huh? And Bonnie's here on her Bonnie's Corner. Nice. Tina's here. Hey, Tina. Good evening, good evening. Sally Birch. Good to see you. She's still eating something good. You were chasing lawn chairs, girl. Oh, I have gathered from what you said that you've been busy, busy, busy. Hi, Stephanie. How are you? College baseball, focusing on the game, but have me on the phone. Well, thank you. Okay, well, I will have to check. You sent it to my P.O. box. I will go and check it. I promise. Hit the thumb. Put your DNA in there, y'all. Arity, good to see you. Mork and Mandy are here. Good to see you. Yeah, right. We don't run as fast as we used to. Girl, when I haul ass, I have to make 2 trips. Hey, Ivy B. How are you doing tonight? Hi, Levi. I always have to say hi to Levi if I know he's there. Hey, Angela. Good to see you. Boy, a bunch more people hopped in there, didn't they? Okay. Gracie saying hi to Adele. Bree saying hi to Pam. Hitting thumbs is your job on Sundays, she says. I know, I try, but I still forget. I still forget. It does tend to happen. Stuff happens. Oh, that's so good. I'm glad I could make him happy. Okay, well, I have my scrap and crime blanket here in front of me. I did take some notes. And you guys, you know what I've decided on with this case? I'm really thinking we're just going to follow along. Oh, I got one other thing to go grab real quick. Hold on. I will get back to what happened in the book. But for now, I'm following pretty close with the documentary because it follows the book so well. And it's laid out better. It's not as wordy. So I'm really kind of feeling like, I know I have a full house. I'm so thankful. Thank you to all of you who are watching and lurking. I appreciate you. I do want to say thank you to my members also. So let me play this for you guys. Try to get my dance on. So I'm going to try to follow pretty well close to the documentary. It's been easier for me to take notes and follow along that way. I may veer from that a little bit here and there, but for now we're going to stick with that. And I finished my square for this book. Are y'all ready? I probably should block it. I think I need to wash and block it. So let me remind you first that this is the one I did for the last book, which was Indefensible. This is the one about Stephen Avery. And that's the one I got done 7x9 block. I don't want to even just call it a square because it's not all necessarily a square. Hey, Deneen, welcome in. So that was the first one. It's where we started. We started with that one. And then this is this book. We cannot see that very good. It's a little darker. Golly. Y'all can't hardly see it. I'm going to have to put it down here on the desk. See, it's pretty wonky right now because of the way I did it. So let me put it down here on my desk. I think I need to wash and block it, you know. There we go. Here it is. And so this one I did not do as a traditional granny. And I also did not follow anything. I just went with it. I made a circle and then I started making it into a square and then I just kept going. And this is the Knit Picks Chroma Worsted is what I used for this one. And I don't remember the colorway. Ooh, I don't remember the colorway. I should have tried to remember it, but I didn't. But that's what I did. And then I went back and I did on the end, I did another row and I did a row of half doubles to make it work so that I could do them the same on either end. Yeah, I rolled with it. I really like this colorway though. I do. I really like it. So this is mine for this time. And the picture, let me see if I can find the picture. Hold on. My camera is up there kind of precariously, and I'm going to try not to bump the table because it's making it shake a lot. I apologize for that. You know, I did not go in here. Let me go in here and do some finagling with our YouTube studio also. So y'all talk amongst yourselves for just a moment if you don't mind, please. I keep forgetting to go in and do that because I'm setting the Restream stuff up on my phone and then I forget to go back in. So this is the Stitch and Crime podcast. Yes. And then that. Okay. That. There we go. I just want to try to keep some of the yahoos out. You know what I mean, y'all? I am turning on the monetization, and YouTube is going to do whatever the hell they want with it. Because they're going to do whatever the hell they want with it anyway. Right now, let me try to find the picture, because I know I have it here. And then I'll show y'all the inspiration picture. Well, what happened to it? It's supposed to be on my desktop. I don't see it. Okay, I'll have to find it another way. Hi, Mimi. Hi, Laura. Happy Friday, everybody. I got one of my boxes from We Crochet, but the other one, which the orders were done the very same day, and my other one isn't here yet, and I don't know. I don't understand that. Okay, this is the inspiration picture for your square. And that's why I picked that colorway. So There you go. So I don't know what happened. I put a request into customer service because I made those orders on the 27th of February. And then here we are on the 7th, and I got one box about 3 days ago. So I don't know why that has happened. Oh, you found some more goodies? Awesome. Okay, so that is the squares. All right, let me get my notes out here. So Annie said she has finished the book. How many of you? Yes, I want to talk about that tonight. We talked about this the other day, was the supposedly suspicious deaths of Gene Hackman and his wife. I wanted to talk about that today. Also, there's some Lori Vallow stuff that we can talk about. That's tonight. That's Dateline tonight. But I want to know how many of you have read the book. I also know there's a lot of you that are not able. You're not able to watch the documentary. Oh shoot, I need to finish this out with another color. Hold on. We'll go to the other end with this one. Oh. I don't know why it has felt like such a long week. And I am very discombobulated today. I'm very worried about my grandson and my family. Chelsea and the whole family have type A flu. Orlando came down with it first, and then Oliver, and then Solomon, and now Chelsea. And then today, Solomon got more sick. He's been complaining of a lot of stomach pain, and now his gallbladder is acting up. So I would really appreciate some thoughts and prayers for Chelsea and the family, if you don't mind. I would really appreciate it. And forgive me if I'm kind of discombobulated tonight, okay? Because I'm really worried about my little guy. And I wish I could go there. But this girl's not going down there with all that flu. I'm just not doing it. But I will be going in a few weeks. I will be going to Chelsea's, okay? So, yes, for Chelsea and family, I appreciate it. They are having to split up. He's actually in the hospital tonight, y'all. Yes, type A. So, yes. I know there's a lot of people who have illnesses, and I'm praying for you guys too. I want everybody to feel better. Everybody. Hi, Debbie. Hi, Tank. They have been through so much, and then they got the flu. So it's been hard for them. So I appreciate that, you guys. I really do. Now let me see if I can do this without. Seems like I'm making this camera shake too much, but let's try it. We're going to try it anyway. This one, I'm down here. I hope you're okay with me being down here, y'all. Thank you so much. Thank you all. I appreciate it. Okay. Here's where we are. And the stitch that we were working on as of Friday, now I did post all of the stitches that I've done so far on the Scrap in Crime blanket. I did that in the community tab of my channel. So if you go to my community tab, you will be able to see all of the stitches. And the stitch that I'm finishing out with on this row is, I don't know what, lemon peel, moss stitch. Everybody calls it a little something different, right? And I think this one was the mandala. Just got to figure out where I'm at here. Oh, you know what? Now I'm doing half double crochets. Okay, that I can do. I'm going to finish this row and then I'm going to add in my line brand. Okay, the Gene Hackman thing. They came out today and they said that Gene Hackman and his wife did not die of suspicious circumstances, as they at first thought. Sadly, Gene Hackman had advanced Alzheimer's. His wife, Betsy, passed away from yeah, I saw somebody put it in there. Oh, I'm so sorry, Tank. Oh, that's terrible. Thank you, Bree. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Yes, it's been so rough and she's so tired. She is just so tired. I'm hoping she gets a couple hours of sleep at the hospital tonight. Oh, good. I love mine, Debbie. That's my favorite. Of all the ones I've tried, that is my favorite. Yes, there we go. Hantavirus is what she died of. You know, I want to say that this is kind of like years ago when they used to call it valley fever. Is it the same thing, you guys? Because it seems like they don't ever call it that anymore. It's good to see you, Mimi. It's good to see you, Tank and Debbie. Hello, Katie. You got a shop update. Okay, Katie's got a shop update, y'all. And she has 2 shops. Are you doing both, Katie? Yes, so hantavirus is from rodent droppings. Somehow she became infected, came into contact with rodent droppings. So it's different. Tina says it's different. It's not the same as valley fever. Okay. Okay. I just wondered. Well, you know, it only takes both shops, Katie says. They had a press conference and they explained it. The way they explained it was that once you contract hantavirus, you can have it for a little while and you start to feel ill, and then it hits your respiratory system and it starts to make it where you can't breathe and you go down pretty quickly. And that is exactly what it sounds like happened to her, because of course they found her laying down. Now here's what's the saddest thing to me. What's so sad is that him, with his being that he is has Alzheimer's, and that is that he wandered around apparently for 5 or 6 days, not actually realizing that she was deceased because of his condition. And then he went into AFib. And from there, they cannot say what actually happened, but they know that he was in AFib and then he passed. So the event that they were talking about last week was an AFib event. So how sad, completely sad on the whole thing, right? Okay, hold on. Y'all cannot see what I'm doing. I'm going to try to move this. Oh, there we go. Now y'all can see a little bit better. It's just so sad. He was such a talented actor. And they say that he owned, I was watching the Interview Room with Chris McDonough, and they said he was, that was his house. However, he had signed it over to his press agent or somebody like that, something like that, and that he was living, it was his home and he was living in it. He paid for it, everything. But he had overextended himself at some point. And so he had signed this house over to someone, and they had an agreement with him to live in it. And they said that the dog had some sort of a procedure done, and so the dog apparently had been ill. Now they have sent the dog off to be for an autopsy to see exactly what happened, and they will know for sure what happened with the dog. But that particular dog was in the cage because that dog had a procedure of some sort. And she had gone on the 11th, Betsy had gone on the 11th, and she had gone to the to the pharmacy and picked up some pills. She picked up some dog food and some other things, and the dog was caged because of whatever they had done with the dog. So evidently the dog had been ill. So I don't know yet, they haven't released anything else about the dog. They are also looking at their cell phones and their cell phone data and all that kind of stuff to see if they can find out for sure if there's anything else that happened around it. Yeah, a necropsy. I heard them say that. But I'm not remembering words tonight for some reason. Probably just worried. So anyway, that is the update. Now, y'all, I seriously had something else in mind about that. I was really feeling like he may have passed first and that she may have been upset. They made it sound so nefarious with the pills being all over the counter, and that maybe I thought, well, maybe she just decided that's it. I'm going too. Took a bunch of pills. I don't know. That's just kind of what it was looking like, the way they were making it sound last week. But I'm glad to know that's not what happened. But good Lord, I still say I hate that these people did not. Y'all check on your people. Yeah, I think that's what it is, Mimi. I think it's brain fog. I do. I want to help more, but I also don't want to be sick. Hello, Rebecca. How are you this evening? How are you and Mr. Matt doing? Good evening to you both. Okay. Also, I need to call my doctor next week. There was just so much going on this week. I did go and get a urinalysis done so we can make sure that I don't still have a UTI, because that could be causing some of my brain fog too, if it's still there. But we'll find out. They're doing a culture to see if the medicine worked. All right. Now, back to the book. When we last talked last week, Hannah Connor and Ricky Richard were arrested for second-degree murder of Kristen Gary Lopez. And then, oh, that's good to hear. I'm glad you're okay. And then the charges were dropped and they were released. Now, let me tell you why that happened. So the reason they were even arrested and the reason why they were released was because of a person named Tracy Chasson. Tracy Chasson said that police were harassing her. Hi, Fran. Oh, I am not feeling this fan. Oh, may have to turn my air on. Really don't want to, but I may have to. So Tracy said that the police were harassing her for whatever reason. My guess is that she was doing drugs, and so they decided that she was somehow that she knew these people and that they were trying to get her to tell them what she knew, thinking that she knew something. She told the police things that she heard on the streets. She said there were stories going around on the streets about what happened with Frankie and Hannah and what happened to Kristen. And so she repeated that to the police. Frankie and Hannah got arrested. They were in jail for about a week. And then she says that she felt bad. She had some sort of a conscience about the fact that she had lied to them just to get them off her back. And she went back down to the police department and she told them that she had lied, that she didn't know anything about it. Oh, medicine. Where you at, Serbs? It's that time. Let me see where Serbs is. Is it time? Is it time? Where is it? Be right back, you guys. There it is. I'm coming, y'all. Mr. Fiber's watching a race. I don't know what races are on tonight. But he's watching a race, so I had to do the green toy. And then I had to give Duke his. Duke gets one too, and he was outside. Thank you, everybody who's here. Hi, how's it going, Izzy? It's my grands and my family in Louisiana. They all have the flu, and my grandson is having trouble with his gallbladder. Okay, green toy done. Meds done. Whew. Hi, Joyce. How are you this evening? For those that don't know, the green toy happens every night at 8 o'clock. That is my dog Cerberus. He's our mascot. And then our dog Duke, who is the outside guy and stays outside most of the time. He was in here the other day. Oh my gosh, y'all. Let me show you some pictures of Duke, though. I can't, the way this guy lies around the positions. Here he was in the hallway. Okay, this is in the hallway. This is Duke. Look at his head. These positions he gets in are hilarious. He's just hilarious. He's too funny. Okay. So I had to give him his too, because he gets a treat at 8 o'clock too. Yes, he's very young for it. My youngest daughter, Carrie, had hers out when she was 16. And that was my first thought was, oh my gosh. But yeah, I really feel like he's going to have it taken out. But right now they're monitoring him. He's in the hospital and they're monitoring him and trying to get him over this flu and make some decision what they're going to do to help him. Because he's just been hurting so bad. Oh, a drag race in Gainesville. How fun. Okay, what color should be solid stripes, speck? I don't know. I say speckled sounds good. Speckled sounds good to me. And how are you, Izzy? Oh, I hate that. I hate those fights about these kids. I hate that. Just hate it. Okay, where were we? So Tracy Chasson, she went back. She told him that she was lying, that none of that happened. She spent 3 months in jail for lying. I mean, it's what do they call that when you're messing with an investigation? Okay, Cindy. Oop. Going back to my blanket. There we go. Okay. Now, this is the story. Listen to this. This is the story that Tracy told. And this is according to Frankie Richard. Frankie Richard is telling us what Tracy said about him and Hannah Connor. Now, there are court records. No, I have not looked them up. But what he tells us is pretty close. Okay, it's pretty close. Frankie said that the story that Tracy told was that he and Hannah were out riding around with Kristen, and that Frankie Richard beat the crap out of Kristen because she would not perform oral sex on him. And that Hannah, while he was beating on her, that Hannah was holding her head underwater. That's the story that she told. Hi, Leslie. And she said that the police led her to the story. That they led her along with her story. They were telling her, basically telling her what her story was, telling her where it happened, and all of those. And she was just agreeing with them and the story that they were telling. Okay, you guys. This week we're going to do double crochets. So I'm going to do double crochets for a few rows with this, and then I'll change color, and I'll do double crochet rows with the next color also. So double crochets this week. Now, Frankie claims that he never had sex with Kristen Gary Lopez. And he says that the Jennings police wanted him dead. Now, this is a little hard to believe. Based on the facts, thank you, Fran. Based on the fact that this guy has been in and out of jail 100 million times, and they haven't pinned him with anything yet, I don't think they're the ones that want him dead. I don't believe that shit at all. So let's talk a little bit about Frankie Richard. This is someone who was, like a lot of us, was a child of divorce, but he wants to make something big of that. That his mother called his dad an asshole, and his father called his mother a bitch. And I mean, that's pretty normal in most divorces that I know about. He spent a lot of time on his own at a very young age and began to get into a lot of trouble, where he started actually selling dope at the age of 14. He started with marijuana and moved on to pills and crack and speed and everything he could get his hands on and sell it. He was selling it. Interesting that one of Frankie Richard's jobs was in the oil field. Now, I know there are good people in the oil field, but from what I know of the oil field here in Texas, it is renowned for people getting into trouble with drugs. It is renowned for people doing drugs so they can go back to the oil field and they can keep working. So that's just a known thing. And they're all supplying each other with drugs. And then they go through periods of trying to stay off of it so they can get tested so that they can keep working out in the oil field, because they can make good money. They can pay their bills. They can buy the drugs and keep going. It's just a known thing. So he worked in the oil field. He also was a trucker and owned a truck. He says he owned a trucking company. Now, I don't know. I have not looked into what trucking company he owned. There are a lot of truckers that own their own truck and then they put their name on it and they call it a trucking outfit. So I don't know how much of a trucking company. He says he sold the trucking outfit and then bought a strip club. Well, of course he did. That's what you do. You go from the oil field to trucking and then you buy a strip club. Especially if you're a great, outstanding human being that the police are just trying to kill. They're just trying to kill you. Good old upstanding guy. But the thing that he most enjoyed selling in life, now, y'all, I'm going to say this. This is going to be a wordy dird. So if you don't want to hear a wordy dird, you might be on the wrong channel. But the one thing in life that Frankie Richard absolutely loved selling was pussy. That's what he says. But he's not a pimp. He wasn't a pimp. That's not how it worked. It's not how it worked. No, he took care of them girls. Them girls was his friends. And he made sure they were all right. He simply introduced some nice young girls to some older men that wanted to have a good time. The girls made some money. He took some money. He made sure they were all right. He went out and he bought some drugs, and then he did drugs with the girls. Everything was fine. He weren't no pimp. Great, upstanding human being. Just let me tell you. Just saying. So, that's a little bit more about Frankie Richard. Now we move forward to May 29th of exactly the famous last words of the biggest pimps. May 29th, 2008, the Knox body is found, and that is the body of Muggy Brown. Her name is Laconia Brown, and she went by Muggy. She's found out in a rural area off of Baca Road. She is partially nude. Her throat is cut. She's badly decomposed. They can barely make out who she is. And she was wrapped in a red carpet. Okay, now I'm thinking we've got a lot of things here and a lot of evidence here. We've got a lot of DNA here. I'm having a lot of trouble understanding. We've now got 6 girls. How is it we don't have enough to throw this all together? This is 2008. This isn't the 1980s where there's not DNA stuff going on. This is 2008. I'm not understanding this yet. This is just not making any sense to me. And these things are still not solved, y'all. The Broussards, oh my goodness. Yes, it gets very juicy. Yes, it does. Hi, Lori. Right? I mean, come on. By definition, that's exactly what I'm thinking when I'm listening to him talk. Roger Anderson. He is Muggy Brown's stepfather. He and his friend actually go out and they decide they're going to do something good. They're going to go out and they're going to see if they can't find whoever this is, because everybody is starting to think there's a serial killer. He wants to go out. They want to do something. They want to try to find out what's going on. So they go riding around. They ride all the back roads. They ride all the city roads. They ride in town. They ride all over trying to find if they can find out who this guy is. See if they can see something happening and catch somebody doing something. They think this might, like everybody at this point has started to feel that it might be a serial killer. I mean, there's all this going on. And then Muggy is killed. All of this they did before Muggy was found. He says, and then it happened to us. They're out there trying to find him, and then it happens to them. It's crazy. Now we have Loretta Lewis was first, Ernestine Patterson, Christine Gary Lopez, Whitney Dubois. Now we've got Muggy Brown. Officials, the only thing they're saying in relation to what everybody is thinking, that it's a serial killer, the only thing they're saying is that behaviorally, these cases are similar. So based on the behavior and the way that these bodies are being found and the way that the bodies are being dumped, that it's similar. But they won't go as far to say that they're connected, and they won't go as far to say as it's a serial killer. They won't even say that it's the work of one person. Now, the sheriff at this time is Ricky Edwards. Let's talk for a minute about Ricky Edwards. Sheriff of Jefferson Davis Parish. I know that he was sheriff until 2012. I'm not exactly sure when he became sheriff, but he was a sheriff for a long time before these bodies started showing up. And he's very loved by everyone there. During his time, that he was not, people did not dislike him. And that was according to a reporter for the local paper. He said that he was liked by people. He was a church-going person. He was based in that community. But he was accused of being very derogatory about the women when he said they were being dumped. And because they had risky lifestyles. So he came under a lot of dislike over the way that he talked about the victims. And he did change the way he spoke of his victims. He listened to what they said, and he told them he was sorry about that, and he changed the way he talked about them. But he did come into a lot of, he got a lot of criticism over all of that. He was talking about the fact that whoever this was a serial dumper. He didn't say serial killer. He said they were a serial dumper. And that bothered people. That made everybody mad. Which honestly, the news started to go with. They took off with it and they started calling it that too. So he wasn't the only one saying that. And then another body. September. So Muggy was found in May of 2008. In September of 2008, there were skeletal remains found. Skeletal. There was nothing left of the body. It was all a skeleton down in a boggy area. And it was the body, turns out to be the body of Crystal Zeno. Her cousin, Sarah Benoit, said that Crystal's body was not identifiable. And it really bothers her that nobody really knew Crystal was missing. And yet the authorities were over at her family's house telling them that they thought it was her. And this was really disconcerting because they were like, how do they know that it's her? How do they know? If she was so hard to identify, if all they have is skeletal remains, how did they know? She hadn't, when they found those skeletal remains, she had not even been reported missing yet. Now, according to Scott Lewis, the local newspaper reporter, the deaths of these women were not having an effect on the town as a whole. Most of the people in town were not affected, especially because they were from the south side of town. And the north side just saw them as these throwaway people. And then 17-year-old Brittany Gary is missing. So we have 7 so far, and now Brittany Gary is missing. And now Brittany Gary's mother, right. Why could they not find anybody to do the funerals? They had trouble finding anyone to do the funeral. A local man, someone came to a preacher, and he didn't know any of it. He had heard some of this stuff, of course, but it wound up being in another, I believe it was another parish. And I can't remember. We may have more information going forward about it. Hi, Jan. Good to see you. But he said nobody wanted to do the funerals for them. And he said, you bring those young women here. I don't care what their life was. They need to be buried properly. They need a proper funeral, and I will take care of that. And he did all of the funerals, and he called out everyone and said, these girls are women of this community. These girls are from here. The good Lord above doesn't care what they did for a living. They don't care. He doesn't care what they did. They deserve to be buried. And he said, they need justice like everybody else. I really like him. If you guys have the opportunity to watch the documentary, he's very interesting. I'll try to get some more information about him going forward. But it was, I really liked him. He's somebody I would have liked to have sat down and talked to. You know, I think you could talk to him for a while and get all kinds of really cool stories. You see those people and you just know, don't you? What's Annie doing? Is she cooking again? See, and I don't know. They said that the bodies were too far decomposed. However, Brittany, Gary's mom is a bulldog. And she reminds me of the mother, oh my gosh, I've lost her name, in Long Island, the Long Island serial killer. Wow, I've already forgotten all those girls' names, y'all. She reminds me of that mom. Anyway, if you guys would like your channel dropped, you can put the word teal before I forget. We are all over an hour in. I don't want to forget to say that. TEAL will drop your channel if you are a creator. Now everybody can go and grab your channel. So that's where we will pick up. We will pick up there when we come back next week. I did want to say, if you have not seen it yet, Michael at MDL Crochet and Panda have an Etsy where they are selling Panda and Michael's patterns. And I went over there and got some. Hi, Tammy. So the ones that I picked up, I think there's only one pattern that I had not purchased, but I got this one, and there are tutorials for these as well. I got the Gigabyte Tunisian crochet blanket. Gigabyte. And then I got the Ireland blanket. That's what I went over there for, was the Ireland blanket. Hi, Patty. It's the Ireland blanket. Now, if you go to Pandemonium X Press, X and then PRESS, I believe is the Etsy that you go to. And then this one was created by Michael and Panda together. And y'all, there is a huge file for this, for the stitch pattern for this. This one is a C2C. And you could do this one, and there is another example picture. But this one is the Happy Panda. And it's a C2C in Tunisian. So those are some of the patterns that you can get over on their Etsy. Let me see if I can grab the link. I would love someday to get started on those. That would be so fun. But I have to work my way up to that, you know? I really need to work my way up. It's Pandemonium Express, just like I said. And I will put a link in the chat. Hold on. For the Ireland blanket. Let me find our chat. Irish, Cherokee, and Crow. Ooh, what a mixture. That's quite a mixture, Mimi. I don't think I have any Indian in me. I'm a white chick. Okay. I'm going to put MDL patterns. There is a link you can go in that will get you to his Etsy, because I had a hard time finding it. Yeah, that's me, Heinz 57. Absolutely. But it's all European. Wow. Oh, Laura got it already. Woo, go Laura. She beat me to it. I didn't even see that. Thank you, Laura. Did y'all drop your links for your channels? I am fixing to head out. Does anybody have any questions? Now, y'all are talking about heritage and all that kind of stuff. And that's a huge part of the book that we're reading. And that is migration of the people who were in this southern part of the country. It's kind of interesting. I'm going to try to take some shorter notes so it won't be as wordy as the book about what goes on in that earlier part. Oh, the Lori Daybell news. Yes, okay. I don't know what time Dateline comes on, but Dateline live tonight. Dateline, Keith Morrison is interviewing Lori Daybell. Now, there was a trailer that went out. I don't know if I can find it. Give me a second here. Let me see if I can find the trailer. Well, no, I'm not going to show y'all. You know why? Because I'm going to have to do it on here, and then I'll have to do my phone because you won't be able to hear it. So I'm actually not going to do that today. But you can go and see, if you can't see that interview, Nate had an interview. Nate on YouTube. Oh, Michael has lots of stitches. Absolutely. And he's still going. Still going. He's got so many. Yes, absolutely. Keith Morrison was interviewed by Nate over at East Idaho News. So if you have not seen that interview, I encourage you to go and watch that. And something else, if you guys have not seen it and you are interested in the Karen Reed story, it's on now. Hubby's watching it. Oh, she looks like crap too, Kathy. I mean, she really looks like crap. From listening to Nate at East Idaho News and listening to that little beat. Yes, Nate Eaton, East Idaho News. She's just quite sure of herself, isn't she? Good. I'm going to have to go over and see, because I have YouTube TV. I'm wondering if I could see it there. I think so too. And that's another reason I support him. I agree with you. Okay, y'all, I'm going to go. I hope you all have a wonderful evening. Hi, Thrifty. I'm going to try to keep this one short. I'm going to try to be here tomorrow, and we're going to do some planners yet. That's what I'm hoping. I'm really hoping. And then I may come back and do yarnies yet on Sunday. That's what I'm hoping to do. We'll see if I make it for both, y'all. I love y'all. I'll keep you updated, and I thank you for all your prayers. You guys take care of yourselves. Be careful with the weather. It's still cray-cray right now. And I'll talk to y'all soon, okay? Thank you, everybody, for being here. I really appreciate it very, very much. I really do. All right? Good night, everybody. Y'all take care of yourselves out there.